Once again, for the smooth flow of the event, we'd like to request everyone to kindly keep your audio on mute and put your questions or issues that you want to raise in the comment section and kindly wait for the host to acknowledge your concerns. Good afternoon, everyone. The Sparta Kumustahan and Virtual Career Fair will start in 1 minute. Thank you. To formally start our program, may we request everyone to join us and put ourselves in the loving presence of our Lord. Please take time to render your utmost respect for the singing of the Philippine national anthem.
Heavenly Father, we are highly honored and blessed for giving us the opportunity to participate in this event. As we begin our program, may you grace us with eternal wisdom, humility, courage, and strength. May we anchor ourselves in gratitude and draw on your mercy. As vessels of your divine grace, we ask you, Lord, to bless all the speakers and participants of this event. We seek for your guidance as we aim to make this gathering fruitful and meaningful for everyone. May all our words and actions be for your greater glory and honor as we actively participate today. We surrender everything to you. Grant us your protection, provision, and your blessing. Amen.
Kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas. Kayang magiliw, pero sa silanganan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyan ka ng magiting, sa mandulupin, di ka pasisingil, sa nagatak tutok sa simoy at sa langit ang bangaw, ay hinatang tulakaw, sa pagkayang minamahal, ang isang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay ka naghihiling, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pang ay di magtitingin, luman ang araw ng walang pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo, aming ligaya na pagkay mga amin, at mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sparta Online Kumustahan and Career Fair with our host, the Deputy Project Manager of Project Sparta, Mr. Nico Visperas, and the Marketing Lead of Project Sparta, Ms. Roxy Makasay.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Sparta's Online Kumustahan. I'm Roxy Makasay.
And I am Nico Visperas. I am very excited for what is in store for all of us this afternoon. On behalf of Project Sparta, I would like to welcome everyone who is able to join us via Zoom, and an equally warm welcome to those who are watching us through Facebook and the YouTube live stream. This is one of our more laid back events because of the focus of our event is to listen to what our learners have to say based on their experience with Project Sparta.
Yes, and aside from that, we will also have interactive games where our audience, both in Zoom, Facebook, and live streaming on YouTube, can win.
And since Sparta is a project that aims to help upskill our Filipino workforce, we will also have a workshop this afternoon.
So it really is a jam-packed afternoon for all of us today, with some surprises along the way, so we hope you can watch out for that.
And that is just for the first day of our two-day event. For now, to officially start our program and welcome us in today's event, may I call on the Sparta Deputy Project Manager for Massive Open Online Courses and Smart Governance Portal, Ms. Donna Pamela D. Gonzalez. Ms. Pam?
Hi, good afternoon. Good afternoon to everyone, and a very warm welcome to Project Sparta's online Kumustahan and Career Fair. I'd first like to acknowledge our partners, the Development Academy of the Philippines, the DOST Philippine Council for Industry, Energy, and Emerging Technology, Research and Development, the Executive Director of Analytics Association of the Philippines, Mr. Sherwin Pelayo, and Course Development Head of Course Bank, Ms. Benny Rose Ubas, who are joining us today, as well as the whole Project Sparta team, and of course, our participants. Thank you for lending us your time. Data science and analytics has always been an intimidating field. Not everyone understands the language of numbers, codes, and programming. But I think we can all agree that this field is critical and crucial now more than ever. As more of the world goes digital, DSA has the capability to create tools, programs, and strategies that will support the country's recovery amidst these difficult times. For the past 2 years, Sparta is proud to have equipped thousands of learners with various skill sets through our courses and pathways. They have helped improve processes and procedures in their jobs, communities, and local government units. Today, Sparta is going a step further from upskilling by helping our participants begin a career in DSA or climb up in the field. It was a big task to mount this event amidst the ongoing pandemic, but this is precisely why creating this opportunity is important. We hope that everyone can learn from our workshops and panel discussions today and tomorrow, enjoy our Kumustahan, and most importantly, seize this chance to realize your dreams. Project Sparta simply opened the door of opportunity. You have already taken that first step by being here today. It is up to you to enter and continue your journey. As Project Sparta reaches its final year, we also ask you to anticipate more from us. To our learners here today, we look forward to seeing you finish your courses and pathways. To our graduates, we await how your career unfolds with us, with the skills you have learned. And to everyone else who's joining us today, we appreciate very much you taking the time to be with the Sparta community. Let us all empower each other in making the Philippines smarter and more data-driven. Thank you very much for your continued support for Project Sparta. And now, it is my honor to present to you the accomplishments of Project Sparta for the past 2 years.
Thank you very much, Ms. Pam. And you have just seen the SPARTA accomplishment for the first 2 years of its implementation. Truly, Project SPARTA has accomplished a lot in its first 2 years and is well on its way in achieving more in our coming and final year. Everything you saw in the video could not have been possible without our scholars and the help and support of our partner organizations.
We will now proceed to the main part of our event today, a roundtable discussion, and I would like to introduce to you our special guests, our subject matter expert and the executive director of the Analytics Association of the Philippines, Mr. Sherwin M. Pelayo.
And also known as the daddy.
Huwag naman, daddy, grabe. Good afternoon, everyone.
I had to take the opportunity again. Our next guest is a SPARTA graduate, a licensed customs broker with 15 years of extensive experience in import and export coordination, freight forwarding workflow, and effective haulier service. Proficient with Philippine customs and tariff laws and operational expertise in Singapore import deliveries. She is part of the ongoing Project SPARTA's internship program and an active volunteer of She Loves Data. As global operations member, I present to you Miss Wilma Lapos.
Hi, good afternoon po.
Hindi ka naman masyadong busy, no?
Hindi naman po.
And our last guest is currently a graduate student under the Master of Arts program in Speech Communication at the University of the Philippines, Diliman. He has worked as a data analyst at several private and government organizations before, handling both qualitative and quantitative data related to investment markets, learning analytics, and project monitoring. He's currently a scholar under the Data Analyst Pathway. May I call on Mr. Carl Luis Cruz? Carl, kamusta?
Hello, it's nice to see you, to see everyone here. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Workmate ko yan.
Okay, so I think we can already start with our roundtable discussion. I'm actually very excited to have this, no? So that we can gain more insights and somehow motivate din tayo in finishing our respective pathways and courses. My first question is actually intended for Sir Sherwin. Sir, how will being a SPARTA graduate help my analytics career, and how can I create a compelling analytics portfolio?
Okay, so I think the fact that you are here, that you are enrolled in SPARTA, that you are burning the midnight oil, as we say, trying to cram all of the remaining, courses in SPARTA, and especially for those who have finished, this only proves that you are, serious in being part of this drive that we have in the country of developing more analytics professionals. That by itself, I would say is, something that you can, really be proud of. If you have seen actually the labor market intelligence study that we had done, we still need a lot more of our analytics professionals. By about 4-5 years from now, we need about 500,000 of analytics professionals, right? And SPARTA is only aiming for 30,000, so there's really a lot more to build. So just by having a certificate, and I'm actually answering Christian's questions sa chat, can the SPARTA certificate be used in my resume? Absolutely. It gives you a level of credibility that you have attained this skill, this competency. I would dare say it's even comparable to certificates that you can get from Google, from Microsoft, from IBM, from DataCamp. But what's different for SPARTA is it's really tailor fitted for the country, for us, for Filipinos. Yon, hindi ako nagma-market I mean, trabaho ni Nico mag-market. Pero I mean, and since, sige na nga, baby naman natin tong Project Sparta, of course, we're very proud of it.
Yeah. So, I mean, you're proud of it. We're proud to work here. Maybe we can also hear, this one's actually quite interesting because from the marketing side, we receive a lot of your inquiries on the back end of Facebook. And we do get a lot of questions from people that are outside of the Philippines, yung mga OFW or people that generally are Filipinos but live outside. So it's interesting that we have Miss Wilma here today. So maybe she can share with us her story with Sparta, your journey and how it is helping you right now, having finished, some courses, how it works in your, how it helps with your work.
Okay, una, talaga, nung nakita ko yung Sparta sa Facebook, and then kaka-resign ko lang noon as a import sa Singapore. And then sabi ko, hindi ako pwedeng laging ganito kasi napakahirap ng import dito dahil hub sila, di ba? So, most likely, talagang volume ang trabaho. Sabi ko, ayoko na ng ganito, ayoko na ng ganitong job kasi sobrang stressful. Pero, at the back of my mind, hindi ko maiwan yung stress kasi doon na ako napalagay ba. Tapos, nakita ko yung Project Sparta. Sabi ko, okay, I will enroll. Pero nakita ko din na dapat sa Philippine-based. So, sabi ko sa asawa ko, kahit na Philippine-based siya, mag-enroll ako, pero you need to pay money around 1,000 per course, di ba? So, yun. So, talagang chinaga ko siya. Tapos ngayon, meron akong mga projects na talagang hindi naman sa nagbo-boast ako pero medyo maganda yung naging outcome. Yung ginawan ko ng project na yon, naging isa siya sa mga kasama for promotion. So hindi porket naging graduate ka ng Sparta, ibibigay sa'yo ng Sparta lahat na graduate ka na ng Sparta, ito yung trabaho para sa'yo. No, you need to work for it. You need to look for internship, need for projects na pwede kang bayaran or free dahil nga wala ka pang experiences. So, yun yung naging ko sa Sparta ngayon. Intern naman ako ngayon sa Sparta kasi gusto kong, give back and syempre matuto ulit.
Okay. Si Miss Wilma mentioned us yung kanyang mga challenges, no, and kung paano niya ina-apply, no, yung Project Sparta pareho dun sa kanyang courses, and at the same time yung experience siya with our internship. And speaking of internship, the person who also worked with us is si Carl, or si Sir Carl Luis Cruz, who used to be or who is currently enrolled at the data analyst pathway. I have seen, no, that your background is really more of communication or parang speech communication. So, para sa iyo, coming from that background, what are the challenging, ano ba yung challenging part of learning analytics and how did you overcome this?
Thank you. I think that's a great question, mainly because sobrang daming nagtatanong yan. Even, hindi lang ako, even people from the arts, from more cultural studies. Sa akin, isa sa pinakamalaki at pinakaunang challenge na hinaharap ko is usually the emotions, yung feeling of intimidation, feeling of being scared na, okay, I'm going into data analytics, data science. And these terms are usually intimidating talaga and overwhelming for a lot of people. And if you are someone from the humanities, from the social sciences, you'd think na parang hindi para sa akin yun. Parang nakakatakot. Parang it's all about numbers. Pero when you get into it, pag nalagpasan mo yung first hurdle na yun of overcoming your fear of analytics, makita mo that there are a lot of opportunities actually where you can apply your social scientific knowledge, your humanistic knowledge doon sa data analysis na ginagawa mo. For example, if ang data analysis mo is concerning people or learners or cultures or societies in general. sobrang gandang combination ng social science na background mo with your data analytics na background. So actually, kung papasok ka sa data analytics and coming from social sciences and humanities, I would even argue na mas may advantage ka kasi ang lalim nung foundation mo in more theoretical, more humanistic aspects. So pag pumasok ka ng data analytics, parang makikita mo yung art. For me, it's an art really na you're combining these two seemingly separate disciplines.
Thank you so much for sharing that, Carl, especially telling us about how you had to overcome feeling intimidated. I'm sure, you being so young, ang dami mo pang kailangan pagdaanan, I suppose, to go through the DSA in the Philippines and whatnot. And going from there, Sir Sherwin, walang pwedeng ma-offend ha, pero is age an issue for those who want to shift to an analytics career?
Kwentuhan muna kayo. I was in this, I think Nico was there, no? There was this DICT event, Tech Trends, when was it? Tuesday?
Yeah.
Yes, it was the basics of analytics. There was this person. I mean, there were also questions about career shifting, no? And they posted a question: is it too late for me to shift into a career in analytics? Is age a hindrance? I'm 27 years old. Manapak, I mean 27 is old. Naman, huy, grabe naman kayo.
Hurt ako
Hurt kayo lahat, ano? Di ba? My God, 27 is old already. Tawa-tawa lang kami nun. No, but I'm saying no. Shifting, ganito lang. The point is, and I hope that you're getting this sa Sparta, no? And when you I hope that you realize it, even after just taking SP 101. What we're saying is that everyone has actually been doing analytics already. You may not know it, but you're doing already analytics. Case in point, ito alam ko ginagawa lang natin lahat, diba? Managing our finances, budgeting money, knowing when to save, when do we have extra money to spend. That's analytics already. Okay? So, ang ginagawa lang, of course, in analytics is you're now very conscious on how you gain those insights, finding the reasons why you don't have money anymore, what do you need to do if you don't do anything, will you continue losing money in your business, etc. Analytics just gives you a structure on what you know already. So what we're saying is that you're doing analytics already. It just gives you an idea that hey, you're doing analytics na din pala. So that's one. Second, everyone is thinking na okay, analytics is data science, analytics is data engineering, that I need programming skills, that I need the math and statistics. But no, actually not. I mean, gusto nyo ba mag-quiz ako ng SP 101? Which are the roles, which are the pathways that do not need the programming and the math skills, di ba? A data steward, you don't need math, stat, programming skills there. A business analyst, I think like what Carl mentioned, yung mga humanities from the social scientists, social sciences, di ba? You can build a career actually and still and be a functional analyst, okay, with that particular background. Okay, ganito lang din. There are may nagbabago na din minsan yung nag-shift na din ng mindset for us in the Analytics Association of the Philippines also. Parang right now what we're saying is that analytics should really be something that is horizontal, meaning it cuts across industries, cuts across career paths, di ba? What we're now encouraging actually people is punta ka doon, mag-build ka ng career in the industry that you want to be in. Agriculture, healthcare, telco, retail, banking, financial services. Mag-build ka ng career doon. But then you need to understand that regardless of your profession, regardless of your industry, regardless of your role, you will be dealing with data. alamin mo lang kung ano yung role mo in that organization. Are you going to gather insights? Are you going to communicate to the organization the insights that would lead to a change in your organization? Then be a functional analyst. Are you going to take care of the information of the data in your organization? Then be a data steward. Are you going to consolidate the data in a bank, in a retail chain, in the agriculture industry? Then be a data engineer, diba? If you want to find the trends and patterns in the data, be a data scientist. So what we're saying, build a career, tinatawag natin mga verticals, the industries. But then understand na meron tayong data na kailangan in across the industry. So I wouldn't call it shifting to a career. If you're an HR practitioner, continue to be HR, but now learn how to use data so you could keep your employees engaged, know when to promote them, know which skill to hire, because you need data, you need analytics for that. If you're in the education sector, alam ko maraming teachers dito. Di ba? Most of the times, mga teachers natin nakakalimutan na ang academe is also a business. It's also an organization. You need to be data-driven as well. So remain as an educator, remain as a school administrator, but now use your data to know anong mga subjects ang kailangan nating i-market pa kasi kulang tayo ng mga enrollees. Kumpleto ba tayo ng facilities? Bakit tayo naubusan ng classroom? Bakit tayo naubusan ng teacher? You still need data to do that. So ang haba ng sagot. Message, you don't have to shift. You just need to learn a new skill para ma-augment yung alam nyo na or kung nasan man kayo na profession ngayon.
Yeah, yung word dito ngayon sa Singapore is upskilling your career. Yun ang ayun ang ngayon ng Singapore dahil nagkulang sila sa mga data, right? Sa mga data
Recording in
analysts,
progress.
sa mga data engineers, nagkukulang na sila dahil may mga nag-uwian during pandemic. So, ini-encourage din nila yung mga mga citizens nila to study, to upskill. Which is not free dito. Kahit na taga dito.
And Wilma, that's the difference between upskilling versus reskilling. We're not really reskilling, we're just upskilling.
Upskilling po talaga yung word na ginagamit nila.
Yes.
Okay. Speaking of upskilling, I have questions I have a question for Wilma and Carl. Kasi parang based on your background then parang you have your let's say a certain discipline. Let's say parang for Wilma, parang you are working as a certified broker, while si Carl is a master's student on speech. So, number one is, ano yung mga skills that you are utilizing with regard to analytics na ginagamit ninyo ngayon doon sa discipline or sa field na meron kayo ngayon? Second is, ano yung mga analytics skills na nagagamit nyo ng ngayon doon sa practice ninyo? Siguro somehow very specific kasi parang binigyan tayo kanina ni Sir Sherwin ng general picture about it. So, Wilma, can you share?
Okay. Sa amin kasi, sa paggawa dito sa logistics na trabaho, talagang kailangan mo mag-analyze lahat. Kailangan mong tignan lahat yung mga process. So, noon pa, sabi nga ni Sir Sherwin, hindi lang namin alam, nagiging analyst na kami. Pero dahil nga napag-aralan namin sa SPARTA yung step by step, so tuwing magre-report kami, tuwing it's a better flow, it's a better visualization, better tool sa paggamit ng Excel or ng Google Sheets. So yun yung nagiging namin ngayon. Then dahil hindi naman lahat ng mga local company rito is meron ng SQL or Python. So, we're still sticking into Excel. Kaya yung mga scholars na sinasabi na, hindi ako marunong SQL, hindi ako marunong ng Python. Don't worry kasi hindi lahat merong ganong tools. So, wala lahat ng Tableau kasi mahal ang Tableau. Mahal ang Microsoft. So, ang Power BI. So, hindi mo lahat dapat aralin. So, we stick kung alin yung basic, which is Excel and Google Sheets. And then, kung may mapuntahan kayong mga magaganda or MNC na mga company, then meron silang Tableau. For sure, meron din silang mga courses na ibibigay para mapag-aralan mo yon. Pero kung meron ka ng basic talaga ng Excel, napakadali ng gawin ng Tableau and everything. So yun yung talagang naging mas maganda yung flow ng pagre-report.
Okay, thank you so much, Vilma. I'll also keep in mind of that. Let's hear naman from Carl.
Hello. Data analytics in the academe and research. Hindi ko kayang i-emphasize further kung gaano kahalaga ang data analytics and research. From SP 101 to SP 601, gamit na gamit yan. Yung drill down analytics, Excel sheets, yung mismong research fundamentals, gamit na gamit yan in the academe, whether you are a teacher or a student. And even if yung SP 101, Sir Sherwin, actually, design thinking and analytics, ginagamit na rin namin yan ngayon in higher research and master's level. Kasi we have to understand na in social scientific and humanistic studies, we have to be centered on the humans na inaaral natin. So lahat ng design ng instruments, design ng research, they have to be oriented sa pangangailangan at sa kagustuhan ng mga participants natin, mga human participants and respondents. And even if you are an administrator in the academy, gamit na gamit din ng analytics mainly for the purpose of improving the processes, improving the products or services that are offered by your university or college. As a student, for me, ito yung pinaka magandang point para aralin lahat ng data analytics na gusto mong aralin. Because for me, ito yung peak Ito yung parang learning curve, yung learning peak ng isang estudyante. Nasa point ka na lahat, yung utak ma-absorb ng knowledge, and you have to take advantage of that. Kaya ako, when I started my master's degree, doon ko talaga dinamihan yung pag-aaral ko in statistics, yung mga SPARTA courses ko as well. Kasi ito na yung point na ang dami kong natututunan. Why not take these courses as well? So ayun nga, electives man or yung core courses man, gamit na gamit sila in the academy.
Thank you for sharing that, Carl. Alam nyo, ako kasi I'm from a background of marketing and public relations. In short, masscom ako. And every day I'm surrounded with people that are really into statistics. Ang galing-galing nila mag-math. Ako hirap na hirap, dumudugo na utak ko. So, just so we can take a small break from all these really deep questions that everyone seems to be asking. Ako, out of curiosity, gusto ko lang malaman kasi chismosa ako. So this is for Carl and Wilma. Ano yung pinaka-favorite nyo na course in Sparta? And follow-up question, sino ang pinaka-gusto nyong SME? Kasi we have a wide range of SMEs from different industries. Meron from banking, meron mga teachers talaga, there's a scientist. And I know at the end of our courses, although meron naman binibigay na parang feedback form, I just want to hear it straight from you guys. Ano yung favorite course nyo and who is your favorite SME?
Sige, wait lang. Leave muna ako ng webinar.
Bibigyan mo na si Erwin.
Siguro I can start. I'm Sir Sherwin na. For a course, my favorite actually is SP 401. And this is a very objective preference because 401, para siyang minerge na 201 at 501 and 503. And I remember having difficulties talaga with 401. Ang tagal ko siyang ginawa kasi ang daming skills na bago na kailangan mo matutunan at matututunan mo along the way. You start from data cleaning, data transformation, and then hanggang sa dulo ng data visualization and reporting. So for me, sobrang holistic ng approach ng 401, at least doon sa basics ng data analytics. Pagdating naman sa SME, pinaghiwalay ko talaga. No? Pagdating sa SME, hindi naman sa pagiging sip-sip, no? Pero si Sir Sherwin actually, yung favorite na SME ko kasi sobrang responsive niya sa discussions. I remember first course ko back in 2020 pa yata or 2021. Nagtanong ako, yun din yung tanong ko actually, may specific age ba kung kailan pwede magsimula ang mga bata ng analytics? And then, Sir Sherwin's answer was simple. Pero it made a lot of sense to me. Nasagot niya, even kids like 5 or 6 years old, may ginagawa na sila some sort of analytics, no? Kahit sa paglalaro nila, even in the daily life, no, pagbili nila sa store, and all these things, meron na silang capacities to do analytics, even on a more basic level. And I remember asking 3 questions doon, and Sir Sherwin answered all of them. So for me, ang interactive talaga, and very deep yung natutunan ko sa SP 101 because of Sir Sherwin.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
Diba?
ang favorite course ko yung sa, teka lang, asan na ba yung pangalan? Data-Driven Research Fundamentals, SP601. Kasi talagang mahirap siya. Talagang napaiyak ako nitong course na to. Kasi talagang babalikan mo siya eh. Nung nakita ko na yung capstone, sabi ko, oh my gosh, kailangan ko siyang balikan ulit. Paano ko to gagawin? Hindi ko kayang gawin. And nagtanong ako sa mga engineer kong classmate, how to compute yung sa bahay-bahay. Paano, pag pumunta doon, ilang lakad, ilang ganito, tama ba yung computation ko, tama ba yung formula ko, sabi ng mga, then sabi ng mga engineer kong classmate nung high school, tama yung ano ba yung ginagawa mo, sabi sa akin. Kasi nag-formulate din sila dahil bumalik sila sa algebra, di ba? So sabi ko, gumagawa ko nung sa Sparta. So yun yung favorite kong course, and then siya rin yung favorite kong teacher, tsaka si Sir Sherwin. Kasi tuwing naririnig ko si Sir Sherwin, parang very enthusiast na na magturo, na lika, mag-aral kayo, parang ganon. Aralin nyo to, mag-upskill kayo. Kailangan tayo ng gobyerno, kailangan tayo ng Pilipinas, parang ganon ang dating sa akin eh. Pero, kasi hindi sa may mga teacher na talagang inaantok ako eh. talagang alam mo yun, yung nakahiga ka sa kama, tapos nasa gilid mo lang yung laptop, tapos nakikinig ka. That's it. May mga ganong teacher talaga. And to be honest yun And yun lang naman yung masasabi ko. Yun yung pinaka kong course and mga teachers.
Uy, thank you for being raw and real. Just for something, alam mo, we do take your feedback into consideration sa back end. Like if there are courses that we need to go back and review, we really do that. Kung nakikita nyo or part kayo ng Sparta community page, minsan meron kayong mga questions about peer grading, bakit ang tagal, ganito, ganyan. You're more than welcome always to email Course Bank, and talagang we'll make an effort from our side to answer your queries and to do something about it. So Nico, ano yung mga questions mo? I'm sure you have something for Sir Sherwin.
Of course, no, dahil nga marami tayong nakitang mga votes, no, for Sir Sherwin. Sir, from a subject matter expert's perspective, ano po yung approach, no, that you use in order for you to motivate our scholars, and at the same time to really, let them finish their courses and mas maintindihan nila somehow yung technicalities and yung mga skills na kailangan nilang matutunan?
I think for me it's always there's always the fundamentals muna, giving everyone kind of kaya yung first subject is getting grounded. Don't assume that everyone would know the same things and at the same level, so parang ganon. But I think for me as a teacher na din, more important sa akin is that whatever I impart is something that I can relate to what they're doing specifically. So I teach in a master's program, and sa yung way of teaching ko kasi is I give you a lesson, basahin niyo yan. Pero mag-discuss tayo, paano mo ina-apply yan sa buhay ninyo. I want to see I want to see you see the relevance of what I'm teaching. Kasi kung hindi niyo makikita yung relevance na yon, mawawalan kayo ng interest. Bakit ko ba ito pinag-aaralan? Para saan ba to? Diba? It's another plugging. It's the same thing that we're doing with DepEd for grades 11 and 12, kasi maglalagay na tayo ng analytics sa grades 11 and 12. Pero yung traditional way of teaching na ibabato mo lang sa mga students yung kailangan nilang matutunan without telling them that you are learning this because gagamitin nyo yan sa ganito, sa ganito, sa ganito. Gagamitin yan, ginagamit yan ng nanay nyo, ng magulang ninyo, ng mga ate at kuya nyo sa ganyan sa trabaho. Without relating the lessons, malulus yung interest talaga. So I'm also very happy then like what Carl mentioned, no, na may nagtatanong sa discussion threads. Kasi doon sa questions na yon, doon nagiging personal yung questions. I mean, personal meaning, tinatanong lang ako, paano ko ito ma-apply sa sarili kong work, sa sarili kong buhay. Mas engaging yung mga ganong tanong. Kasi of course, when we create the courses, it should be couched in general terms, di ba? Kasi iba-iba naman talaga yung kukuha. But the discussion boards, and ito yung sinasabi ko sa ngayon, nga medyo konti na lang yung nag-question sa discussion board. Yung mga questions sa discussion board, I need my certificate, wala pang nag-check, ganyan. Magtanong kayo naman talaga na parang, paano ko malalaman kung yung kumpanya ko is going to help me build a career in analytics? Yung mga ganon. I mean, something that you really would need. Kasi that's the only way that you're also going to see ano yung relevance itong pinag-aaralan. And that is really how you're going to maintain your interest and drive to finish your courses in Sparta.
All right, thank you so much, Sir Sherwin, for that very insightful information that you have given us. So, ayun sir, Roxy, baka you still have some more questions for our panelists?
Actually, I do. Kasi kanina, we tackled yung about age na lahat tayo kailangan umilag kasi ang tanda na daw pala ng 27. Na-hurt ako doon. So something I'm curious about, and maybe this question is something that Wilma can really answer, is do you think that there is still challenges being a woman in this field? Or do you think, or are you thinking that parang, nope, we're pretty equal now, it's fine, no issues naman?
Wala naman yung issues hanggat magawa mo lang yung pinapagawa sa'yo. Pero ito sa akin yung mga babae kasi more on, mahilig silang magbuting-ting. Mahilig si Sir Sherwin. Mahilig silang mag-investigate. Kasi kung magiging data analyst ka, you are a data investigator. Lahat yan kakalkalin mo eh. Lahat yan, bakit naging ganito yung presyo sa ganitong panahon, sa ganitong wala namang shortage, wala namang whatever, wala namang ganon. Anong nangyari? So,
lahat ng mga guys dito na may ex-girlfriends, yan.
Yeah, true.
Teacher pala ang marites sa DSA.
Ayoko lang sabihin, pero yung mga mahilig magtingin-tingin kung saan-saan, yung mag-follow ng mga data trailings, yan. So, mahilig ang mga babae sa ganyan na minsan sasabihin mo na, kailangan lang ng visualization. Tapos may isip mo after huminga ka lang ng mga ilang beses, no, hindi lang visualization ang kailangan. Kailangan din natin ng predictive analysis, kailangan nating malaman kung bakit ganito, kung bakit ganyan, which is matutuwa ang boss mo sa mga ganon. Hindi sa pag-aano sa mga lalaki, Sir Sherwin and Nico. Minsan kasi yung mga lalaki, pag sinabing, ito yung gawin mo, okay, that's it, tapos na. Tapos na yung visualization, wala na akong gagawin. May gagawin pa ba ako, boss? Parang ganon. Yung mga babae kasi, sa experience ko, may mga hindi, may kulang. May something na kulang na kailangan ko pang mag-dig deeper. Mga ganon. So hindi naging sa akin yung pagiging ng babae. Sabi nga sa isa sa mga courses ng data analysis, it's a gut feel. Pero kailangan mo ng data back gut feel. So doon tayo panalo. We have a gut feel.
Mas malakas ang kutob ninyo eh.
Oo, sir.
And in most cases, tama, di ba?
Yes.
So, alam mong nangangaliwa nga. The joke ka.
Analytics guys ha. Analytics tayo. Iba na yung ina-analyze nyo.
Okay, thank you so much for answering that, Wilma. And I think my next question would be for Carl and Wilma siguro. Like sa tingin niyo ba after, taking your Project Sparta courses, what else can we do or what else can you do para mas ma-enhance niyo pa yung inyong mga skills and analytics? Like aside from practicing your career, ano yung mga other, let's say, activities that you explore or other initiatives that you explore in order for you to somehow ma-continue lang yung upskill ninyo?
For me, it's a matter of initiative then at first. For example, if you are aware na merong internships in different companies, in different organizations where you can apply your data analytics skills and knowledge. Tulad nga ng sabi ni Sir Sherwin kanina, kailangan mo makita yung relevance ng natutunan mo sa totoong buhay. And that's something that really helps you Hindi lang in terms of theory but also in practice. Kailangan mo makita yung halaga ng pinag-aralan mo for so many years. And dito sa Sparta, for example, data analyst, yung 10 courses na yun, hindi siya sapat na na-receive mo lang yung certificate. You have to gather those certificates and go out there, see what's there, and anong trabaho, anong internship, anong opportunities yung pwede mong pasukin. And apart from that, may ilan din kasing scholars and ibang academics who initiate projects on themselves, no? Kapag alam nila na merong kailangan yung community nila, may kailangan yung pamilya nila, may kailangan yung business nila, sila na yung nag-initiate to use what they know to resolve those problems. So again, it's a matter of initiative din talaga and a matter of being sensitive to what the people need, to what you need then as a Filipino citizen.
Thanks,
Grabe,
Carl.
Carl.
Wilma.
Makukuha mo boto namin. Tatakbo ka ba?
Okay. So, ano nga yung tanong ulit? Sorry.
Like after taking Project
Okay.
Sparta.
After taking Project Sparta, yun nga, bukod sa internship na dapat maghanap ka talaga. And then, kung may mga projects like nung sa, katulad nung nag-volunteer nga ako dun sa She Loves Data. And then, kung katulad ko ngayon, medyo nahihirapan ako mag-cope up sa statistics. So, ngayon, nag-aaral ako sa Coursera ng statistics. So, kasi makikita mo, kailangan mo rin siya talaga lalo na pag you'll do research na. So, yun. And then, yun nga, sabi ko, may mga dapat, hindi ka lang lagi dapat dun sa descriptive analysis. So, mag-jump ka ng kahit papaano sa predictive. So, Excel has tools na rin naman doon. So, yun, katulad niya, nag-aaral din ako ng predictive kahit papaano. So, ayun, depende sa'yo kung paano mo paano mo motivate yung sarili mo. Kasi may mga talagang pag-aaralan kang kailangan ng rewiring ng utak. Hindi yung pagka alam ko na yan, yung pwede mo nang tulugan, ganon. Hindi Kailangan mo ng rewiring na minsan iiyakan mo katulad ng SP901 na talagang halos 1 year ko yun natapos dahil hindi ko alam yung Python. Nag-aral pa ako ng ibang courses para lang maipasa yung SP901 na yun. Tapos, yun lang, mahalin niyo yung pag-aaral kung gusto niyo talagang maging data analyst. And maghanap kayo ng mga pwedeng gawin para ma-hone yung skills. Kasi kahit na nag-aral kayo, may certificate kayo, tapos after nun, itutulog nyo lang. So, sayang naman yung oras na ginugol nyo doon, tsaka yung kuryente nyo, internet nyo, di ba? So, nasa inyo yon kung paano ma-motivate yung sarili nyo after ng graduation.
Okay, thank you. At hindi ko makakalimutan yung rewiring ng utak and I'll always keep in mind of that. Roxy will have a fast talk, but before that, baka you have a general question for the three of them, then we'll proceed to that.
Actually, before the general question, may naghahanap sa'yo, Nico. Mukhang may kailangan itanong. So there's Val. Siguro.
You may ask question. Ako pa si Project Sparta PH.
So yun, hanapin mo na siya. Project Sparta PH. So I don't know if it's a question for the public or may away ka ba kay Nico? Di namin alam. But yeah, you can find him, follow his name that's on his screen. So before we go to this segment that they call Fast Talk, where you're only allowed to give yes or no or one-worded answers. One-worded lang, Sir Sherwin, hindi pwedeng mahabang
Okay.
explanation. But before we go to that, I just wanted to ask all three of you, so what is the best lesson you've learned from Sparta? Because I think there's lessons learned both as an SME and also as a student. So maybe we can start with Sir Sherwin.
Ulit, best lesson. Lesson learned. Ano
Best
tawag?
lesson.
Lesson learned. Oh my God, patience.
That's a good one. That's a very good one.
Ganun din naman. No, I think it's really about, and ito sabi nga ni Carl, you really need to be open to understanding the 30,000 or so currents to enrollee sa Sparta. Iba-iba yung pinagdadaanan yan. And they enroll because they need something. They want to get something out of this. So, kailangan lang open tayo, very active in answering their questions, in participating in sessions like this. Kasi naka-video kami sa mga courses, but iba yung may direct interaction, whether it's on a discussion board or online, such as this. Siguro ang hope ko na lang is after nito, 'di ba? We launch this live, 'di ba, sa Makati, tama 'di ba? Hopefully we end this live also with all of the students there. And hindi lang sa Luzon, punta tayo ng Visayas and Mindanao as well. Ganun, 'di ba? Yun lang, yes.
Carl, do you want to go next?
Sure. For me, actually, medyo dalawa, pero related naman yung dalawang best lessons that I've learned. First one is you have to respect your learning curve and the learning curve of the course that you're taking or the topic that you're studying. Sobrang importante siya kasi you cannot expect to learn a difficult topic in a matter of weeks, in a matter of days. You have to realize kung ano yung learning capacities mo, learning preferences mo, and even yung learning style mo as a student, as a learner. Kailangan alam mo itong mga to. And it's important kasi hindi pwedeng aralin itong lahat ng to in a matter of 19 courses. Tulad yan ng palaging sinasabi sa amin, hindi natatapos ang pag-aaral ng data, pag-aaral ng analytics. The moment na you think you've learned everything, dun mo ma-realize na you have a lot of other things na hindi pa alam. And that's, I think, is the beauty of learning something like this, na parami yung nalalaman mo, dun mo ma-realize na ang dami mo pang hindi alam. And that what keeps you motivated, that what keeps you moving forward. Kasi alam mo walang dulo, hindi ka matatapos, walang dead end for you. So I think that's a beautiful thing to remember as a student.
Palakpakan naman tayo para kay Carl. Grabe. Wilma, we'd like to hear from you then.
Be patient kasi hindi lalo na sa mga SMEs kasi hindi lahat ng SME katulad ni Sir Sherwin na talagang lahat itatakal. Minsan magugulat ka na lang, saan nanggaling yun? Bakit ganon? So be patient din sa mga kapwa mo learner kasi lalo na kapag capstone na, di ba? So i-checkan mo na yung nila, yung mga gawa nila. Kung ikaw gumawa ng napakaganda na binuhos mo yung isang buong magdamag, so gandang-ganda ka sa gawa mo. Pero yung checkan mo, ano to? Parang what's this? Bakit ano? Pero be respectful kasi baka yun yung sinasabi lagi sa akin ng husband ko Baka yun yung max out na nila na antag dito na strength para dun sa capstone na yon. So be patient sa SME, sa kapwa mo estudyante at saka sa sarili mo kasi minsan talaga nai-stress ako Lalo na nung sa kasi data analyst ako pero gusto kong tapusin yung data scientist. So dun sa na yan, parang nai-stress out ako. Pag na-stress yung asawang babae, may stress din yung asawang lalaki, di ba? So sinasabi ng asawa ko lagi, hinay-hinay lang, be patient and be kind to yourself. Hindi mo lahat kailangang tapusin. Pero may deadline which is November this year, di ba? So yun. Ewan ko na lang kung magiging patient pa kayo sa sarili nyo pagdating ng Burmans. And then, yun, be patient and keep yourself motivated kasi minsan nakakatamad talaga mag-aral lalo na walang nag-check and walang nag-check sa inyo. Lalo na yung mga kasi free nga, 'di ba? Sa iba free dahil naandyan kayo sa Pilipinas which is sa akin hindi dahil nandito ako. So, yung mga nasa Pilipinas may nakikita kang mga nag-chat na after 6 months hindi na nila nakuha yung mga yung code nila. Sabi ko, sayang naman, sana sa akin nalang binigay yung code ninyo. Sana, at least, di ba, magkano yung 1,000 per Ayun, so be patient and yun lang.
Correct. No? Parang ang daming nakaka-relate kay Wilma based dito sa mga na-receive nating messages sa chat. No? So, thank you so much. Bigyan din naman natin ng applause si Wilma kasi grabe yung patience niya for sure. Okay, and now pupunta na tayo dun sa parang mini segment lang naman ng ating interview or ng ating roundtable discussion. And these are questions which are answerable by yes or no lang. So quick lang, no further explanation. Okay, the first question
Very exciting
is...
part.
That's the exciting part na.
Okay, so first question, is it possible to have a work-life balance in data science and analytics?
Yes.
Wilma?
Yes.
Carl?
Yes.
Sir Sherwin?
Yes.
All right. Are jobs in data science and analytics high paying?
Ano bang order? Ikaw, ano gusto mo order?
Sorry, sir?
Sherwin, si Carl, tas si Wilma.
Okay. Sige.
Yun yung go.
Go, Sir Sherwin.
Sabi niyo yes or no lang kasi. Oh, yes.
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 Okay. So thank you so much. Ito yung answerable by yes or no. Roxy, would you like to take yung may mga choices naman sila? May choices naman this time, not yes or no na. But no explanation pa din ha. Go, Roxy.
Okay. So more questions. Pero one word na, hindi. One word or choice na lang, di ba? So SQL or Python?
SQL.
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 Ako tuloy yung gusto magtanong bakit, pero hindi pala pwede. Unanimous. Ano pa ba? Ito, this is a word. You need to give a word and only one word. Main motivation to complete your pathway.
Achievement.
Wilma, do you have one word?
Okay, escape.
Sir Sherwin, bakit dapat?
Philippines.
Oh, that's a good one.
Iboto si Sir Sherwin.
Iboto din. Mabubuo natin ng kabinete. Si Sir Sherwin at si Carl.
Ganito lang abangan ninyo. May abangan tayo.
Sige, ito, this one. For Wilma and Carl, is hardest capstone project you've ever done?
401.
901.
Sir Sherwin, ano yung, magpa-reveal ka naman, ano yung pinakamahirap sa feeling mo? Like, out of all the, available?
Yung final capstone ng analytics manager for now.
Oh, okay. So, yun. So that was fun. We're gonna wrap this up because we have other things to look forward to, such as a workshop today. I think because I've hosted 3 or 4 of these now with panels and interviews and whatnot, and I really enjoyed this one because I feel like we've tackled a lot of topics in this. And for those that are asking kasi, Project Sparta is supposed to be done by November of this year, diba, Nico?
And a lot of you are saying na you want it extended, sana ma-extend. And syempre, I think even for me, I would love for the project to be extended then. Kasi I think when we started the project, there were a lot of things that we weren't aware of. So yun pala, kailangan mag-build ng foundation to connect yung public sector and the private sector. Kailangan mag-partner. Kailangan mabigyan kayo ng mga opportunities for work. You know, there were things that we didn't realize until we moved along. So kung gusto nyo ma-extend, I guess the best show of support would be for everyone to just sign up, try to get a scholarship. There's still slots available. And let's see how we go from there. Meron pa namang time from now until November. I'm sure you'll be able to complete a lot of courses. And also, secret lang, pero there might be something launching, so you have to stay tuned for that. So Nico, kayo, may sasabihin pa kayo before we wrap up this roundtable discussion?
Well, I'm all good, Roxy. Thank you to our speakers. And siguro rest assured from coming from the project management team of Sparta, we are doing our best as well to, to really have the project extended. And of course, you can help us doing that or do that by finishing your courses and your respective pathways. Yan lang, Roxy.
Oo, wag niyo na kaming pahirapan kasi we're always messaging you para na kaming annoying na nanay. So,
Yan, si Roxy ang nanay.
gumaganti ka ha?
Naglapagan ng age kanina pa eh. Grabe
Uy,
mo
pero kahit
nagtatanong na to.
naglapagan ng age, alam ko, I'm in between. I don't, So guys, thank you so much again for joining us today. It was a pleasure having a chat with you. So Nico, what's next on our program?
Now we will give our audience a chance to win some prizes. So let's get our blood pumping and the brain working. To lead our game, may I call on our quiz masters from Project Sparta, Mr. Daniel Rosero and Miss RV Kayabyab.
All right. Thank you, Miss Roxy and Nico. Isang mapagpalang hapon sa ating lahat. And what's up to all of our co-Spartans who are all here for today. We know that all of you are very excited for today's activities. But before we proceed to our events writing workshop, let us first have a little fun with this quick and interactive activity we prepared only for you.
That's right. And at this point, Dane and I will test the knowledge you've learned from our Sparta courses. Yes, you heard it right, from Sparta courses. Titignan natin if may natutunan ba kayo, especially in our introductory course, SP101. So before we start this fun activity via Mentimeter, let us first know the mechanics of this game. Dane?
All right, this is just very simple. We are encouraging everyone to go to menti.com and use the code flash on your screen. And please don't forget to include your nickname to be able to join this activity.
Yes, then players must choose the correct answer as fast as you can. So, medyo pabilisan din ito ng internet connection. So, the top 3 participants with the fastest response and the most number of correct answers will be declared winners and will receive prizes. So,
All right,
now we
we'll
will
receive
flash the screen.
special prizes coming from Project.
Yes, that is correct, Dane. I think Dane got interrupted. So while waiting for him, let's just flash our screen containing the Menti code.
A virtual roaring yeses for today. But before we start, let us not forget for the most important question for today. Sparta ka na ba? All right, so RB, roll out the first question. But let us first see the status of our registrants for today. Let us transition to our menti.com and look at how many among of our participants today would like to join us in this interactive activity.
Okay, I think we're getting a lot of participants already. Okay, let's wait for a few minutes.
lot of you are very insisted to join us and to take some review about your previous lessons and your courses, especially for the SP 101, which is getting grounded in analytics.
Already have enough participants, Dave, can we start?
All right, so at this point, while waiting for us to conclude the final number of our participants, let's refresh our own lesson from SP 101, 302. Think about the definitions, the criteria, the areas. So sure, you will win one of special prizes from Sparta. And we're gonna reveal it sooner. There are 75 avatars showing in our screen right now. All right, RV, can we roll out our first question? Shall we start the ba? Shall we settle on this 75 avatars?
Yes, I think this is already enough. Let's start our Sparta Canova. Okay,
Yeah.
our first question. Answer fast to get points. So this is true or false. The analytics initiatives of a unit or a department must support the overall strategic targets of the whole organization. So is this true or is this false? Should the analytics initiative be supportive of the strategic targets of a whole organization? Okay, so the answer is true. Of course, it must always support the targets or the motivations or the missions of the whole organization, what they are trying to achieve. Okay, let's see the leaderboard. We have Erica as the top scorer. Next question, Dane.
Congratulations, Erica. Let's go on to our second question. All right, for our question number 2. What 21st century skill is needed by analytics professionals to be able to use rational thought in solving problems and making effective decisions? Letter A, collaboration. Letter B, critical thinking. C, customer focus. And D, professional network. Okay, you only have 8 seconds to finally pin your correct answer. 2, 1. The correct answer for this round is letter B, critical thinking. So a lot of you got the right answer. So let's see who tops this round. All right, we still have Erica who notches this round. So let's go on to our question number 3.
Support system that enables end users to make final ethical decisions on what the data is telling them. Is this true or is this false? We have around 10 seconds to answer this question. So is this what analytics really is? 3, 2, 1, and time's up. We have 135 who got the correct answer, 135 respondents. Okay, let's see the leaderboard. Yes, it is still Erica who's leading this list. Okay, next question.
Yes, let's go on to our question number 4. So what are the four components of the data value chain? Letter A, data, information, insights, and imperatives. Letter B, data, facts, insights, and imperatives. Letter C, data, narratives, insights, facts. Letter D, data, information, narratives, and imperatives. You still have 15 seconds to finally pin your correct answer. All right, in 3, 2, 1. And our answer for this round is letter A. It's data, information, insights, and imperatives. Let's see who is who is in the leaderboard right now. If it's still Erica or it was niched by another person.
One with the nickname SK101. Let's proceed to the next question. One can fully separate digital transformation with analytics, since analytics is not fundamental to how organizations can compete in the digital age. So one can fully separate digital transformations with analytics. Is that true or is that false? Okay, the answer is false. Why? Because digital transformation and analytics go hand in hand. Okay, let's look at our leaderboard. We have SP101 as the top scorer. Next question.
Okay, let's go on to our question number 6. Pie charts are commonly used to visualize data. They are most effective with blank or fewer components. There are A6, B5, C10, or D3. You only have 10 seconds to finally pin your answer. I think it's just a review coming from SP302. All right, our correct answer is letter A6. They are most effective with 6 or fewer components. So let's see who tops this round.
Okay, it seems that K is now the leader in this list. Okay, let's look at the next question. Which stage in the data value chain is associated with this analytics terminologies? Optimization, simulation, and recommendation engines. So which stage in the data value chain is associated with this terminologies? So, data, information, insights, or imperatives? Let's see if you still can remember this from SB101. Okay, so the correct answer is imperatives. Okay, let's see the leaderboard. Okay, we now have N and Z as our leader. Okay, for the final question, Dean.
Yes, let's go on to our final question. All right, question number 8. Ensuring that data from the centralized data repositories are in sync with the various data sources is the responsibility of a blank data scientist, data steward, data analyst, or a data engineer. Yan, isip-isip kasi ito na yung final round to declare who will be the winner for this game. And the correct answer for this round is data engineer. So let's see kung sino na talaga yung winner natin or winners for this interactive play.
So congratulations to NNZ, SP101, and KUR are winners for this activity. Please note that the top scorer will get a 300 peso load, while the second and third placers will receive 200 and 100 peso loads respectively. Your prizes will be set online by the Sparta project team through your email address. So don't forget to contact Miss Maria Laorni Malyari. Her email will be sent via the chat box to claim your prizes. Dane?
Yes, that's right. And after receiving their prizes, winners are also encouraged to post a photo showing their prizes and tag Project Sparta's a Facebook page in their post at Project Sparta PH. Thank you once again to our participants and congratulations to our winners for making this game interactive, fun, and exciting. Back to you, Ms. Proxy and Nico.
Hi, okay. Thank you, RB and Dane. That was such a fun game. Sa mga gustong bumawi, hindi kayo makakabawi today. Sa next event na kayo makakabawi. We always do these interactive games, so I hope you join us for our next events. We have a few more coming out towards the end of the year, so please follow us on all our social media platforms para makabawi kayo. Kasi medyo last minute yung pagkapanalo nun no?
Correct.
So I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did, and congratulations to the winners and better luck next time to all the participants.
Okay, and just to reiterate again to our winners, you will be getting prepaid load courtesy of Project Sparta. And again, you may directly chat Maan or Maria Laarni Malyari for the details on how to claim your prizes.
So we will now proceed. Sobrang daming exciting part pala nitong program na to. We will now proceed to our workshop for the day. Our workshop will focus on writing analytical papers and assessments as part of the Sparta courses. And to give us this workshop, ito ang kabogera of Project Sparta's partner, Course Bank. May I call on Course Bank Course Development Head, Miss Benny Rose Ubas. Ay, kabogera!
Can I just say before I start that your Kumustahan was really fun. Even I myself, as part of the audience, I learned a lot from you. It was really fun Kumustahan. So yun, so shall we start?
Yes, let's start.
Magandang hapon po ulit sa lahat. So last Monday, I was asked to impart some tips with you regarding essay writing, because we've been receiving many messages from you that you're stuck in SP101, specifically essay writing. So that's a peer graded assignment. So since Course Bank is known for curating and delivering video lessons, so I thought, why not create a video presentation for you? Well, aside from the fact because there's construction ongoing at home, so it would be better if you record this presentation, so we can also go back to it if in case we need some reminders. Okay, even though it's pre-recorded, I was able to include some interactive activities, so I hope we can also participate in between. And then after the presentation, maybe we can entertain some questions, or if you have some writing tips also, we can discuss them and share the tips with fellow scholars. So let me just pull up my presentation. So there, can you see it now?
Yes, Miss Benny.
All right. Okay, so let's watch this.
Essay questions are among the most dreaded questions during exams, both in the academe and the industry. This type of question requires the examinee to compose rather than select the response. So, allow me to share with you some writing hacks to make it a little easier, especially in responding to SP 101 peer-graded assignments. For this particular assignment, the most important things to remember are the following. First, read and understand the question. Read the question very carefully at least 2 to 3 times and make sure you understand what type of answer it calls for. Is it a summary, details, analysis, or an evaluation? When trying to understand the question, identify the keywords. Essay questions have keywords to communicate what type of answer they need. For example, an essay question that asks you to describe an issue requires an answer that's different from an essay question that asks you to justify a point. Some of the most common keywords include analyze, compare and contrast, define, describe, discuss, evaluate, explain, prove, and summarize. Next, follow the instructions and review the rubric for scoring. Instructors cite not following the instructions as the main reason why some learners do not do well on essay questions. How long is a 100 to 200 word essay? Depending on the complexity of your sentences, that would be around 5 to 10 sentences. So is it really possible to respond to a prompt with 100 to 200 words only and get a perfect score? The answer is yes. We've forwarded hundreds of essays to our instructor and many of them got perfect scores with just one paragraph. Let's take a look at the following comments given by SP 101 SME. Rubrics aren't provided for the evaluators alone. Use the rubric for scoring to determine what to include in your answer. Follow them to the letter and do not include non-essential information. Next, write now. Keep the ideas flowing. Write down things you've learned from the course, from your peers, and from your own reading. Think about your own experiences related to the topic and try incorporating them into your answers to provide more concrete examples. In writing, come up with a thesis. The thesis is a central point or argument that you want to make. A clear thesis is essential for a focused essay. If possible, phrase the statement so that it rephrases the question's keywords into a statement which in a way answers it. Let's take a look at the following examples. First is a typical definition question. What's a fanzine? It requires you to state what something means, does, achieves, etc. The next prompt, discuss the different services a junior college offers to community. It's more analytical, which involves breaking something down into its components. The last prompt, despite criticism, television is useful because it aids in the socializing process of our children. This requires stating a clearly worded opinion or interpretation and then defending it with all the data, examples, facts, and so on that you can draw from the lessons you have studied. Then, choose relevant facts and figures to support your thesis statement. A well-written answer includes supporting details to the main idea. Ask yourself, what facts, figures, examples, etc. can it include to prove my point? Also, think about how to structure your answer. Take some time to consider the best way to organize the relevant facts and figures you've collected. What information should come first, second, third, etc. Take the time to make a rough outline of what you want to write and in what order you want to present them. Let's go back to the previous examples and identify the organizational patterns we can use in supporting the thesis. For the first example, which among the following items should we use to support the thesis? I'll give you a few seconds to read the options and type the letters of your answers in the comment section or in the chat box. Time's up. The correct answers are A, B, and D. It's a definition question that requires you to state what something means, does, etc., and not its effects. So we can expound on the thesis statement by stating the term to be defined, stating the class of objects or concepts to which the term belongs, and differentiating the term from other members of the class by listing the term's distinguishing characteristics. For the second prompt, which among the following items should we use to create the outline? A junior college offers the community at least 3 main types of educational services: vocational education for young people, continuing education for older people, and personal development for all individuals. Again, I'll give you a few seconds to read the options and type the letters of your answers in the comment section or in the chat box. Time's up. The correct answers are B, C, and D, which break down the main idea into the aforementioned components. Now, your outline may include vocational education, continuing education, and personal development. Write the essay describing each component and use transitions. Some useful transition words include first, second, third, etc., next, another, and in addition. So conclude the essay by emphasizing how each part you've described makes up the whole. Lastly, for this thesis statement, the rest of the answer is devoted to developing arguments A, B, and C. Useful transition words are therefore, for this reason, it follows that, as a result, etc. If your supporting details are lacking, do your own research. The beauty of online learning is that you can search for other relevant information online. Remember, writing is a productive skill that's complementary to receptive skills such as listening and reading. It will be hard to form an opinion over something or discuss concepts that we do not understand. However, when doing your own research, be careful not to commit plagiarism. Simply, plagiarism is the act of presenting others' ideas as your own, whether or not it's intentional. You should properly cite others when you incorporate their words and ideas into your work. One of the most important ways to avoid plagiarism is to be a disciplined note taker. Keep track of your references and cite them later in your essay. You don't necessarily have to submit a page bibliography or RRL for a short answer. One of the most simple yet obvious ways to avoid plagiarism is by using quotation marks around the text to denote that the words are not your own. And remember, just because it was accidental doesn't mean it's not plagiarism. Here's a visual guide that can help you decide which pieces of information need to be cited and how to cite them properly. Start by asking the question, is the information, data, or opinion your idea? Yes or no? Have you published the info before? Yes or no? Is the information common knowledge? Yes, no. Are you copying the source exactly, putting it into your words, sentence by sentence, or reporting a lot of info in a few lines? If you're copying exactly, cite as a quotation. Your own words line by line, cite as a paraphrase. Your own words reporting a lot of info in a few lines, then cite as a summary. Now that you've written your short answer, review and make the necessary corrections. Go back to the rubric for scoring and try to assess your own answer given the criteria. Focused writing. Does your answer all parts of the question without a lot of random ideas which have little or nothing to do with the question? People often think that adding random facts or ideas will help improve their grades. The opposite is true. Adding random unrelated ideas or facts almost always results in the reduction of points from your grade. Structured writing. You know the answer to the question, but your ability to communicate that knowledge depends on how well you structure your answer. Did you include a strong thesis statement and end with a conclusion? Are your supporting ideas arranged in such a way your readers will be able to follow? Take advantage of editing software. This is where tools like Grammarly save the day. Although grammar and mechanics are not part of the rubric, these advanced tools are designed to enhance your writing and readability. Grammarly also has a Chrome extension that allows you to edit on the go. It's incredibly handy for learners who write their posts directly through an online platform. Before we end our session, here are some writing tips from your fellow scholars posted on the discussion boards. Feel free to share your own writing hacks with us in the comment section or in the chat box. Once again, here are the hacks we've learned from this session. Read and understand the question, identifying the keywords. Read the instructions and review the rubric for scoring. Start writing, edit and proofread your work. In an essay exam, don't just present facts, demonstrate your knowledge and understanding of the facts in a greater context. And lastly, keep it short and simple. Thank you and good luck.
So there. Thank you. I hope you learned something from my presentation. Even my presentation is KISS, keep it short and simple. I know there are hundreds of tips or writing styles out there, but I've selected a few that are applicable to, especially to our essay writing questionnaire in SP 101. And there are also a lot of tips from your fellow scholars on the discussion boards that you can refer to.
All right. Thank you so much, Miss Benny. We learned so much from your discussion, really. Kahit ako, like I was taking down notes earlier. So thank you so much once again.
Uy, Miss Benny, it's kamustahan. So dapat magtanong ka. Tsaka
Okay.
dagdagan yung airtime. Ganda ng outfit mo eh. Sayang naman.
Okay.
Agree.
Okay na ako sa airtime.
So, kumusta naman kayo sa course bank?
I'm sorry?
Kamusta kayo sa course bank? Like with Project Sparta? Nahihirapan ba kayo sa mga learners? Ano ang mga gusto mong sabihin sa mga learners at the moment?
Okay. Well, the first few months, of course, it was hard. It was difficult for us because even though massive open online courses are with us for years now, especially internationally, like yung Coursera, edX, but here in the Philippines, it's still a novel idea. It's still new to a lot of Filipinos, especially the idea of peer-graded assignment. So that was the bottleneck. No? That was the I think the most difficult thing for us in managing. Learners asking for for reconsideration, disputing their peers' evaluation of their outputs, because sometimes our scholars themselves or their peers forget to refer to, again, rubric for scoring. So they tend to evaluate, the outputs, the essays just out of thin air, but we do have our rubric for scoring in place for that, so that they can refer to it and identify, which criteria, which items to look for in essays or in different outputs that our instructors are requiring. But generally, we're doing okay so far. We're continuously enhancing our processes, using data science and analytics.
Right.
As we create our courses, of course, we're learning also from our subject matter experts, and it's such a wonderful job for us. Well, speaking for myself, because again, I'm learning a lot from our subject matter experts, especially this wasn't my forte for how many years. For over 10 years, I was in the academia, and just like Carl, I heard him say about the difficulty from humanities to now data science and analytics. I felt that, I experienced that, but again, I'm learning as we proceed, as we move forward.
Thank you so much talaga, Miss Benny. Oh, ayan, you heard it from Course Bank and here. We get this a lot kasi in the discussion boards na people assume na pag peer graded na may mga namamersonal or, those kinds of issues. It's a good thing that Miss Benny brought it up, that there is a rubrics that they do follow. And then if you are unsatisfied with your results, you can always bring it up with Course Bank, and then a subject matter expert or someone from the team, whether it's Course Bank or Project Sparta, really review talaga yan. Sometimes kasi we do forget that there's a criteria you also have to follow. So just because it's online, don't go thinking that lahat na lang pinapasa. There are still standards. As a Project Sparta scholar, we hold everyone to high standards, both on our team as well as our scholars. So again, thank you, Miss Benny. It was so nice to have you here today. So now we've come to the final portion of our event. To give us closing remarks, allow me the pleasure of introducing to you our next speaker, the Sparta Project Manager, Ms. Joanne Lizelle Nuque.
Okay. Hello, good afternoon. To our partners from the DOST, the Philippine Council for Industry, Energy, and Emerging Technology Research and Development, or the PSHERD, to the Executive Director of Analytics Association of the Philippines, Mr. Sherwin Palayo, and the Course Development Head of Course Bank, Ms. Benny Rose Ubas, who are with us today, the DAP Project Sparta Lead, Dr. Alan Cajes, our guests, panelists, Ms. Wilma and Carl, and to all our participants in this afternoon's activity, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. On behalf of the project team, let me thank you all for making time for this very interesting online Kumustahan activity this afternoon. To tell you frankly, nag-enjoy din po ako sa mga discussions while I was listening to the sharing of our Sparta scholars and even yung kay Sir Sherwin at saka kay Miss Benny Rose. So, Project Sparta was born out of a vision to create a data literate workforce and a flourishing analytics ecosystem. Since its inception in more than 2 years ago, Project Sparta is proud to have fostered a community of learners who have the passion and creative mind for DSA, or data science and analytics. They have the dedication to and resolve to utilize DSA to help improve their workplaces as well as their neighborhoods. The 2-day online Kumustahan and Career Fair is our way of supporting Project Sparta scholars and everyone else who participating today to bring their vision and ideas to life by connecting them with the various companies who are with us in pursuing the same goal of a smarter Philippines. We hope everyone learned and enjoyed our workshop and panel discussion. The Sparta team understands how important it is to empower all of you by providing you with the opportunities in the vast DSA field. Let us all support one another so that we and our country can bounce back amid these trying times. To our scholars, we hope that their event has further inspired or reignited your interest to finish your pathways. To everyone else here, we wish that you have gained even more motivation to be part of and contribute to the DSA community. We ask that all of you seize the opportunity to attend and hear from our partner firms and companies tomorrow. To the non-scholars who are with us today, we encourage you to join the program. This is a chance of a lifetime opportunity because there's still scholarship and the Project Sparta is supposed to end by November. Though I say the project is in its final year, we still have more in store for you. The Sparta is committed to now more than ever to train and equip more scholars with the right knowledge and skill sets needed for their chosen DSA field. Please anticipate our next programs and we hope to see you in our future events. Again, on behalf of the DEP President and the Project Sparta team, we are truly thankful to everyone who participated and contributed to our online Kumustahan. Let us all continue to strive for a data-driven Philippines. Maraming salamat po at mabuhay tayong lahat.
Maraming salamat, Miss Jo. And dahil online kamustahan nga, maybe we can borrow you for a few seconds again. Ikaw naman, Miss Jo, kamusta ka? Do you have any message for our learners or people that still want to join? Because we do get a lot of inquiries about whether it's too late to join or pwede pa ba? Miss Jo, nakamute ka yata.
Okay, si Sir Sherwin, nabanggit niya kanina, wala namang pinipiling age yung data science and analytics. And it's not too late for us to pursue a career sa data science and analytics. And yung trend po natin ngayon, mas kailangan ng DSA workforce. Nabanggit nga kanina, 500,000 ang kailangan natin. And 30,000 lang actually yung parang gusto nating ma-achieve through Project Sparta. So habang nandito pa po yung opportunity, I encourage everyone na mag-enroll po sa Project Sparta. And I mean, wag lang po mag-enroll, tapusin po natin yung courses natin kasi nag-i-invest po ang ating government dito. And hindi lang po para sa sarili nyong, I mean, it's not for your own, tawag dito, good, but it's for the good of our country. Kasi kung napansin niyo yung mga news lately, medyo grim yung prospect economically, pero promising po yung field ng DSA. So, ina-encourage po namin kayo na i-pursue ang DSA. Yun lang po. Maraming salamat.
Thanks, Miss Jo. O, nabubuo ng kabinete natin. Meron tayo si Carl, si Sherwin. So, thank you so much. And tama po kayo na hindi lang para sa sarili, pero para sa bansa. O, lalo ng Tagalog. Nico?
Congrats, Roxy. And thank you so much, Miss Jo. Speaking of para sa bayan, of course, yung goal natin of really making the Philippines to have more data literate workforce. Of course, one of the initiatives of Project Sparta is, aside from having this online kamustahan with our scholars and graduates, we are going to have our online career fair tomorrow. And we will now flash on the screen the QR code for the registration for the career fair tomorrow. Again, we are having a different or another registration for tomorrow's career fair. Okay, so we have partnered with amazing companies who are looking for amazing data analytics talents. Grabe yung pag-use ng amazing natin doon.
Amazing.
And Roxy, I know wala ito sa script natin, but I would like to tell everyone kung ano-ano ba yung mga participating companies natin, no? Though we have published some of these sa ating Facebook page, no? I think I have a file here. I'll try. Okay, we have national government agencies. Of course, may nangungunahan yan ng Development Academy of the Philippines, since we already established a Center for Strategic Futures. We also have 2 regional offices of the Department of Science and Technology, specifically our Region 4A, Calabarzon, and the Caraga region. Then for the business industry, of course, we have the member companies of the Philippine Chamber of Commerce Incorporated. We also have EMS, Acostec, and yung mga big companies like Food Panda PH, we have that, Shopee PH, yung Alaska Milk Corporation, Emerson, Ivoclar, and VXI Global Holdings. In fact, Roxy, no, another thing is we have more than 30 job vacancies to offer tomorrow.
So as
Okay.
you can see, talagang there are a lot of opportunities, not just in Manila, but also all over the country. And we're hoping that, once we've had, this is our first career fair. So we're hoping that with your support, if we get a good turnout, we can keep bridging this gap for yung education hanggang sa employment para magabayan namin kayo.
Agree. So I recommend everyone to register now and join us tomorrow because these companies will be presenting, of course, a background about their companies, these job vacancies, and definitely kung saan ninyo isi-send yung inyong applications. Will they also offer internships? We are going to check with that, but we have already agreed to some partner organizations who will be offering internships. So if ever wala man ito sa job fair, we will be posting the details anytime soon on our Facebook page.
So we're getting some questions then about yung networking purposes. So now that we understand that there's a interest in something for networking, maybe we can look into that. See, Nico kasi is the one that gets to decide the event for Project Sparta. So, we're paying attention to all your requests then. So the QR code, please don't forget to register for the career fair tomorrow. We will flash it here in the chat box bar or on the screen, and then we will also be posting it on all the social media sites where you can find Project Sparta. So we'll give you some time to scan that QR code. You're more than welcome to share it. The career fair is open to everyone. Hindi mo kailangan maging scholar. If you're just interested in looking for a job within the DSA industry, please share this. Try and see, what the opportunities are for tomorrow. But we do have a great lineup and a lot of opportunities for work. Parang yun nga, 50 plus positions are available tomorrow.
More or less 50, Roxy.
Yon. So I hope everyone's gotten this, but don't worry if you haven't gotten the QR code, because we're going to flash another QR code on the screen, or I think may feedback form for today's event. If you enjoyed it, if you didn't like it, kung galit kayo sa amin, please give us your feedback so that we can improve, and also so that we can give you better events that are more suited to the things that you like. If you enjoyed the workshop today, let us know. So, ayun. Reminder that this feedback form will only be open for 1 hour, and only those who fill out this form will receive a certificate from today's event.
Okay, so thank you so much. Again, you will be receiving your certificates once you accomplish the feedback form. And now may I request everyone to switch on your camera for a quick photo session. And may I ask our information officer to lead the photo taking, please?
Okay, so let's wait for a few moments for our participants to open their cameras. Okay, for the first page, we have 5 pages. So on my cue, 3, 2, 1, and give your best smiles. Thank you. For the second page. Okay, 3, 2, 1, smile. The third page. 3, 2, 1, smile. Fourth page. 3, 2, 1, smile. And of course, the last page. 3, 2, 1, smile.
Thank you. Back to you, Nico.
Thank you so much, RV. And
Ayun, so thank you to our speakers today who joined us via Zoom, Facebook, and the YouTube live stream. And thank you to the team who made this event possible. We hope you can all join us in our future events, and hopefully we can see you as well tomorrow.
yes, please. And once again, I am Nico Visperas.
And I am Roxy Makasaed of the DAP Project Sparta.
Thank you, everyone. This has been the Sparta Online Kamustahan, and see you all tomorrow sa ating career fair. Magandang hapon po sa ating lahat.
Bye!
Recording stopped.